day, whilst reading through this rather fine publication, the Bristol and Gloucester Railway, which I've been basing a series of films on, I came across a reference here to a rather fine viaduct just near us by Stonehouse. Now, I didn't realise we had any decent viaducts in the area. I've never heard of it. And then reading through the text, it says this timber viaduct was replaced by one in steel, while more recently it was rebuilt yet again, this time in steel and concrete. And I thought, they've obliterated it then. Because if you look on the map, it's not too helpful. Of course, it's on the edge of the map. I'd like £1 for every time that's happened to me. This is the main road where we're parked. Here's our railway. Now the viaduct, if in fact there is one, should be about there. Looking on the map, doesn't look very hopeful, does it really? But well, you never know. But I think it's probably worth a look. A nice day. Let's go and have a wander out, see if there's anything remaining. That's a rail bridge. It's a good start. Okay, that's us down there. Get away from this horrible traffic. They're a bit picky. To get to the railway first we have to cross the Stroudwater Canal. We'll take a peek at that. We're approaching the canal, and these buildings would have had some part to play in its maintenance or running. That's one way to keep vehicles away from your wall. Built from locally fired bricks. How inconsistent they are. Right, this then will be the canal. Thames to Severn. Got a film on that if you look. We were looking towards London. That's looking towards the River Severn. That's rather idyllic. Beautiful. Take a quick squint at the church while we're here. A Norman tower. I'm afraid COVID-19 excludes us from the church itself. It looks a magnificent building. When the canal was being dug in the late 1700s, they took away part of the churchyard. I'm sure there were objections, but there was no social media, no gathering of the objectors. Just one or two local voices of dissension, I guess. And they went ahead and took it anyway. Our objective today lies over there, beyond the canal bridge. Amongst those trees, I think. We'll take another little peek at the canal on our way through. Well, if you look on the bridge there for the name, and that describes the area, not the bridge. Or both, probably. This area is known as the ocean. This was the area where they stored barges when they were building the railway. So the canal had a hand in its own demise, really. Known as the ocean. I suppose after being restricted by a very narrow canal, probably had the appearance of one. The reeds weren't there, it went right back over there towards the buildings. One of which was a boat repair yard. So I guess the ocean had a dual purpose. I'm sure there must have been a fair bit of industry here with all those buildings. Those are the ones we walked past on the way in. That's what he's whining about. Very pretty. Once a hive of activity. The canal now reduced to that, which leads us nicely to that, which is the rail embankment. So our viaduct is on down there somewhere. Pop through here, take a look at the other side. Another wide area. Just come under there then, that's the rail tunnel nowadays. The canal just there to the left. So the path off here, following the line of the railway. I wonder if that would work. Take a quick look. I can hear water, so looks like this just brings us to the River Frome, or Froome, depending on your persuasion. Well, I'm hoping they haven't filled it in and left us just with that. Now, as youngsters, we would have tried that bridge, wouldn't we? The fallen tree. Would we? Possible. Well, I'm going to backtrack now. Actually, if you look around here, there's plenty of building rubble, suggesting they might have knocked the old viaduct down and replaced it with that horrible thing. Vandals. That looks in situ. Is that something of an arch or my imagination? Yeah, you're right. My imagination, I suspect. I have a horrible feeling that's all that remains. However, we'll carry on looking just in case. Huge great lumps in there, look. Right, onward. Well, if that isn't the viaduct, I don't know what it is. But, we're not done yet, quite. Brick structure off to the side here. Could have been part of a chimney for navvies accommodation, I suppose. Another strange piece of structure there with a hole in the top. Any takers? Okay, back along here, up to the bridge turn right.
Oh, what? No, that's higher, honey. Honey, that's higher up.
Go on in, you go.
Yeah, I'm not going in.
Well, the embankment is up there. Which is a lot higher than we are, so that's a heck of an embankment. 2 miles worth, apparently. We'll carry on along here. Well, this will be the other side to where we were earlier on then. Makes that the River Frome. The viaduct, if there isn't still one, is still on down there. Okay, not done yet. Yeah, quite pretty. Another small culvert. Could be the viaduct is now a series of small ones. Pretty area. On the opposite side, the embankment being held back with a substantial stone structure. And then if you look up into the embankment, I don't know if this will come through or not, it's been cleared. I guess this is a repeat weak spot, so they've cleared it to check it out. It's my theory. Now. Oh, ye of little faith. Me mainly. Look at that. Ooh. They've used the original piers, and that's on a stone base. And as far as trains are concerned, that's probably as good as it's going to get. Andrew. Oh, that's something. What are you noisy about? Nice. I would think the retaining wall was built in the 1700s when they were building the viaduct. That was initially a wooden structure. That must have been something, mustn't it? It's been rebuilt twice. That's our modern attempt. Still using the original pillars of the second build. The approach. Get some idea of the height there. It's a fair way up. A substantial retaining wall keeping the embankment under control. Modern track bed. Those piers are curious, aren't they? They've got the cutouts, but they haven't. They've been partially filled in. I think this is probably about as good as we're going to get. Very lush undergrowth all around. But wow, it's special, isn't it? Okay, mission complete. Well, having billed that as a failure at the start, so you've got to cover yourself. I thought that was magnificent, my gosh. Didn't expect it to anything quite that big, I have to say. Well worth the effort. I hope you enjoyed the look and the visit. If you did, and you haven't subscribed to my channel, it'd be nice if you did, because we do lots of these little adventures. And if you click like, that helps the channel. And of course, if you share it with others, perfect. I'll catch you on the next one.